What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to AmbitionZ VapeR. Got another review for you today, and it's on the SKYHOOK RDTA/RDA by SMOK or SMOK. However you like to pronounce it. I butcher shit. Let's take a look at it. So this was the SKYHOOK RDTA/RDA was sent to me from SMOK, whatever. For the purpose of this review, I say SMOK. I usually say SMOK. Thank you very much, SMOK, on sending this my way for review. It will not change my opinion. There is another kit that comes with a box mod similar to the RDTA box by iJoy. It hasn't been released yet. When it is released, it will be sent to me for review, and I will do a review on it. But today I just have all the different color variations of the SKYHOOK RDTA. This is an RDTA. It's pretty similar to the combo RDTA. It turns into an RDA, but this one's different, okay? It has side airflow and bottom airflow, which I thought was very unique. It comes with an additional AFC ring to take out the bottom airflow if you like to just have just side airflow, because when you're turning the AFC ring to adjust the bottom airflow, if you like to close down the bottom airflow to have just a little bit and have the side airflow, that side airflow will eventually move its way away from the coil. So that's why they give you two additional AFC rings. It turns into an RDA, but it's kind of like the Faro dripper tank, where you can have like a 2 ml reservoir on the bottom of the RDA section. Look something like that. That's what the RDA will look like. I'll show you how to disassemble the RDTA and turn it into an RDA, okay? And I will show you everything, show you all the different colors down low, give you all the additional specs down low. I was gonna put a build in this for you, but I don't really think it's necessary. It's a velocity style post. We all know how to do builds on a velocity style post. I think the challenge to this RDTA is wicking it efficiently. So that's what we're going to do. Then we're going to come back up. We're going to vape on it, talk on it. Pros and cons, final thoughts. If a mugger stole my book bag, would I go out and buy this? I'll let you know how much it is, where you can find it, and we'll wrap it up like usual. I have it on the G320 by SMOK as well, gold on gold. It just kind of needed to go together, you know? So I have the side airflow closed off, and I have the bottom airflow about halfway. That's where I like this. This does have a lot of airflow. 110 watts, James Mucklin Aliens comes out to a 0.178 on the G320. Let's have a vape. So let's dive down. Let's go take a look at the SKYHOOK RDTA/RDA. See you guys in a minute. So these are the four different packages and four different colors that you can get. You can get the 7-color iridescent heat-treated thing looking type color, silver, black, and gold. All right, I have all the colors to show you, but we're going to unbox this one. So this is the package that it will come in. It's a SKYHOOK RDTA, the 260-watt RDTA Cloud Beast, because it comes with a, pretty sure, a 260-watt dual 18650 box mod that will be coming soon for a review. But right now I just have the SKYHOOK. Okay. So that's the package that it comes in. You can do an RDA or an RDTA on this, just like the combo by iJoy. Floating velocity post, kind of like the Tsunami RDA. You have middle airflow, bottom airflow. Okay, you can do a single or dual coil, RDTA or RDA. Side filling system. It's going to say SMOK. You're going to open it up. You'll get some silica gel, which I already ate for dinner. You will get the SKYHOOK RDTA. You will get additional glass, and you will get an additional AFC ring. All right, this is kind of like if you don't want bottom airflow, you can just have the side airflow. You can use it for the RDTA or the RDA. All right, SKYHOOK RDTA, that's the logo. says SMOK on the other side. Pull tab. Another pull tab. User manual. Okay, it's going to give you kind of, I wish it was a little bit more detailed, turning it into an RDA, which I'll go over. But quality control pass card, okay, with some QR codes for Android or Apple. Just a warning on the back. Get some cotton. You will get another package with the single coil option, O-rings, grub screws, okay, which is very nice. Get another package with the RDA base section for the RDA. Some silica gel for Dezoit. You get an Allen key. Here is the SKYHOOK RDTA. Alright. You got side airflow and bottom airflow. Very nice. You have a nice big Delrin chuff top. 10 millimeters. This thing broke, so I have to buy another one. Like so. You can take off the top. And 2 O-rings. Wish it was conicaled. Reminds me of the RDTA by iJoy. Alright. It is metal though, which is good. So the airflow. Alright. You can turn this to close the bottom airflow down. Right? Okay. But what you can do with this, and you can turn this one to adjust the side airflow. Alright. Whatever you do to that side, it will do it to the other side. Okay. And then you adjust this to adjust that airflow. So that's how that's going to work. You can take this part off. Okay. That's the other AFC ring. Bottom and side airflow. Okay. Now here's the deck. All right. It's got what I've noticed on like some of them, the posts are dented in. This isn't just on one. It's on like, I'd say 2 out of the 4. This one's bent in. It's not like fully installed properly, so it's kind of like at an angle. That bothers me. It's definitely kind of a con. All of them come pre-installed with these like fused Claptons that SMOK makes. I don't vape these. I take them out and put my own build in there. But it does come with a build deck. It does come with pre-installed coils. So that's cool. All right, and then as you can see, that's where your cotton goes on the sides. I would use less cotton on this because you have that's the bottom airflow. That's the bottom airflow, and that's the filling port. It's directly in the way of where your cotton goes. So cotton's always in the way. I've had a tough time getting it so there's air coming out. I've been having a tough time wicking this because of that. It has the little dots where the juice fill is. I would fill this up before you put the cotton in, to be honest. You know, because I wish that was bigger. To be honest, I wish the fill hole was bigger, or I wish these were bigger. I think both of them need to be bigger, or another way to fill it in a way. It's just kind of tough when you get that cotton in there. The cotton's blocking that, you know. As you can see, it's, you know, completely open, which is good. But you know, thin out your cotton. I'll show you. I'm gonna do a build on it and all that good stuff. Or I'm gonna wick it or whatever. Then you have the bottom airflow. Okay, those are really, really big air holes. Good post holes. You know. It's 24.5 millimeters in diameter. It's 61.5 millimeters in height, including the drip tip. 5 ml tank capacity. 5 milliliters. All right. Floating velocity posts. 23.2 millimeter build deck. All right. So that's 23.2 millimeter build deck. On the bottom, it says designed by SMOK. You have a silver 510 pin. Good threads, nothing wrong with that. And this is what the RDA will look like. Okay? That's what the RDA will look like. I just used a different deck, but pop that off, keep that on. You screw it on the bottom. Different 510 goes right, and there's another 510 piece that goes through the velocity posts. See, that one's tilted as well. See that? See that one's tilted? So I need to mention that as a con. Good O-rings. Definitely good O-rings. Alrighty. So that's the RDA. You still put your cotton down below, and it'll still hold probably like 2 mLs of e-liquid. So that's kind of cool, you know. You can still fill it through there, you know, if you can get the juice in there, because there's really, I don't like how it's cornered out like that. I wish, I don't know, I kind of wish it was, they did a little differently. So to make it into an RDA like this, what you're going to have to do is unscrew the 510. All right, see a little 510 there? You're going to unscrew this piece. All right, this piece right unscrews. Okay, that's how it will come. All right, there's threads in there and there's threads in that one. All right, so that's how it comes. But on the bottom, which I've noticed, when I first took this apart, there's this additional 510 piece, which goes through the velocity post to keep the post intact. This piece was inside of the RDTA piece. So it was connected to the 510 here, inserted, right? And then this piece, the silver piece, was screwed in and chilling inside there. And I couldn't get it out. And I was like, what the hell? Is that one 510? Like, I was trying to figure it out. And this piece was in there. So luckily, I held the 510 and I unthreaded this piece to get it out of here. So if you do take the RDTA apart and you see that you can't get this 510 out, because there's an additional 510 that threads into this 510 and it will be in there chilling, sticking out here. You have to unthread that one from here to get it out to do it correctly. You want to thread that in when you're making the RDA first to make sure the velocity posts are intact. Now you see how the velocity post is kind of straight, but it's a little tilted as well. And then you'll just take this and you'll thread it onto the RDA deck, right? And then you'll take your flathead, if you have check atomizer shorting, when you put the RDA together, you want to make sure that that all is intact and threaded in properly. If you do have check atomizer, that's going to be the issue. Probably 80-90% of the time. All right. Really nice posts here. I'm going to show you one that I built myself. So I have James Mucklin Aliens. Now, I left the cotton in there for a specific reason to show you. All right, so there's room in there, right? Like, it looks like there's air to get down there, you know, but then see where the cotton is? Like, it won't properly go down into the tank section. Because that's not, I had to really thin out that cotton to make it fit. And when you try to fill it up here, it fills up. This cotton that's in the way constantly, I really thinned it out and it's still in the way. See, I stuffed it into the corners and I thought I'd have enough room. I didn't have enough room. All right, so I'm back. Just want to clean it up real quick. Show you that the build in there. Good post holes, by the way. They're about 3 millimeters by 2 millimeters. Really big post holes. These are James Mucklin 28 gauge Alien Claptons. Fit them in there with ease. Nice post holes though, no burrs. They're beveled edges, so I like that as well. Or it looks like some of them are beveled and some of them are not. So I wish there was a little bit more quality control or a little bit better machining on the post holes, or you know. I don't like that bent post. It just kind of bothers me. You're going to lose distance from post to post because of that. Yeah, we're going to wick it up. I don't really think it's necessary to throw a build in it. It's pretty easy to build on velocity. We all know how to do that. this one worked out a little bit better. I think the key is the Allen key. The Allen key is definitely going to help the situation out, but it takes a little bit more effort on this one than others to get it working more effectively. So that is the gold version. Okay, this is the silver one. They all come with additional AFC rings. Okay, all right, that's the silver one. That would be the black one, but I have that one as an RDA to show you guys what it would look like as an RDA. And that's the multiple color one, the 7 color one. Then you just have side airflow. Okay, but I'll discuss that when we go back up top. You can get more of a restrictive long seat, because if you just have the bottom and you want to like turn the bottom off tight, then this moves over, so it's not directly in front of your coil. So I always think it's a good idea, if you like just side or just bottom airflow, to use, if you just like the bottom airflow, just use the bottom airflow ring and close off the top airflow with the AFC ring. But if you like just the side airflow, I would use this one to close that off, so you have the airflow in front of the coils, and then you have the adjustability. Plus you get more of a restrictive draw with just the side. But I like the bottom airflow by itself too much. Like there, that's kind of where I've been enjoying. That's closed off in just half of the airflow on the bottom, and I've been really getting awesome flavor off that. That's the close-up. I feel perfectly comfortable backing out, vaping on them, talking on them, pros and cons, final thoughts, all that good stuff. All right, see you guys in a minute. How do I feel about it? What do I like about it? What I don't like about it? Well, there's a lot of pros and cons to this one. I'm going to be honest, guys. I kind of, I'm going to go over the cons first like I normally do. The wicking channels where the wicks go down into the tank section. I wish they did it a little differently, to be honest. You really have to thin out your cotton pretty thin in order to not only go in there. It's not a problem of getting the wick into the tank. The problem is getting it so you can still fill it effectively, because it cuts off at an angle, like I showed you down low. It cuts off at like a triangular situation. So I feel like it has a tough time to either too much wick in this. You're going to have a tough time filling it, most definitely. All right. I think it's best to have the less cotton in this, the better. You really want to thin out your cotton when you're doing this. You don't want to just keep it thick and drop it in there. It's kind of like wicking the Limitless, but it's kind of different in a way. Okay. I kind of wish they got away from the velocity style posts and they did something else, maybe a goon style, maybe a 4-post would be nice. I like 4 posts, but I think velocities are kind of old at this point. I think they need to do a little bit more innovation on the post style. It's kind of like the Tsunami post. It works. It's a floating style, post. So they kind of stay out of the way of where your cotton goes. But I have a tough time if you don't get it perfect. All right, this is finicky. This is a finicky RDTA. If you don't get the wicking perfect, you're going to have a tough time filling it. I had an enormous tough time filling it the first time. I had to take it out and redo it to show you guys to get it right. But I did get it right. It really depends if you want to have your cotton longer or shorter. I did mine a little bit shorter. I wish it was maybe a little bit longer. I mean, you can tilt it at an angle, but I don't like doing that. I like to just have it suck up all the juice no matter which way I have it. That's kind of a personal thing. But using too much cotton, you might have a tough time filling it because the cotton does get in the way of the fill port. The fill port needs to be larger on this. That is another con to the Skyhook RDTA, in my opinion. The juice fill port is too small. I wish that they made the cotton channels individual. Like if they just put a piece of metal and they channeled, you know, where the fill port is, if they just put pieces of metal that were the size of that fill port and went all the way down to the tank, the cotton could only go into those holes and you would have enough air to let the juice go in and air come out. That's been kind of the problem with this RDTA, is there's not enough air to escape. If you put the right amount of cotton and you use less cotton, you can fill it from the top or the juice flow fill port. Okay, that's kind of what I did down low for you. It's a little bit tricky to fill, you know. That's kind of what I'm trying to get to you guys, is it's definitely a little bit tricky to fill this correctly. When you take the RDTA portion apart to get the RDA section, if you want to turn it into an RDA, there's an additional 510 pin that goes into the velocity style post, and it screws onto the other 510, which connects down to the 510 of your device. There's two 510s to make the RDTA work correctly. If when you take the bottom section off, it might be threaded onto the bottom 510. So if you're having an issue figuring it out, trying to make it into an RDA, and you're wondering why the deck won't screw onto the bottom section, it's because that is probably threaded onto the bottom 510. All of these come pre-installed with fused Claptons. I wouldn't say they come with fused Claptons. I wouldn't say they're the best fused Claptons, but it definitely comes with fused Claptons. If you would like to use those, you most definitely are able to. But I personally like to use my own coils, James Mucklin coils, because, well, they're better, you know. But it's nice that it comes with it, all right? So I need to mention that as well. It's nice that it comes with some pre-installed fused Claptons. Those are kind of the cons. Those are the cons that I've had with this, all right? Now let's get to the pros. Pro number one is the airflow, all right? It has side airflow and bottom airflow. I think that is a really very nice touch that SMOK did. You know, I think, and they give you two AFC rings. If you want to use just side airflow, you can. And if you want to use just bottom airflow, you can with this AFC ring. If you like side airflow more than bottom airflow, definitely use the other AFC ring, but you're not going to be able to have the bottom airflow at all. But it's nice that they gave you the option for two different AFC rings. So that is a pro. 5 mLs of e-liquid, that's a pro. Nice Delrin wide bore chuff top, pro. Doesn't come with a 510 adapter. That could be a con to somebody, okay? I wish it was 25 millimeters in diameter, so it would be a little bit of a bigger build deck, maybe 0.5, you know? Just so you have a little bit more room for the cotton, specifically. Nice posts. Now, another con I almost forgot to mention is that the velocity style posts, 2 out of the 4 RDTAs that I have here, one of the posts are at an angle. That's a con. I wish their quality control on these, maybe it's just my batch, but I wish the quality control on these were a little bit better. I noticed that some of the post holes were beveled on the outside, so it's nice and smooth. So it's easy to get your lead in and out and no bevels. Some had it, some didn't. Kind of looked like that to me anyways. So I need to mention that as a con as well. Some are bent because the metal's not strong enough. Additional glass, additional O-rings, grub screws. You get plenty of accessories with this. So that's a pro. Single or dual coil option, that is most definitely a pro. You turn it into an RDA, that's a pro. So let's have a vape. James Mucklin, quick vape, e-liquid. Let's have a vape. That's going to bring me into my next flavor and vapor production. This thing can chuck it with the best of them, all right? As you can see, I mean, I just got half of the bottom airflow, and it's chucking. If I open that up, airflow on the bottom, wide open, okay? Flavor drops, but obviously the cloudage increases. The flavor on this is pretty damn good. It does have a lot of airflow. I need to mention that as well. If you have the side and the bottom, it's just way too airy. I usually like one or the other. I personally like the bottom airflow on this. The bottom airflow on this has great flavor. It does. It has really good flavor, guys. Now I just have the side airflow only. Wide open, side airflow, no bottom airflow. That like middle of the road airflow, flavor and cloudage, if you like the middle of the road, I definitely would recommend to use just the side airflow AFC ring. It's like almost a perfect draw. I love the airflow on the side, but I do like bottom airflow. So you will get some condensation on the side portion of where the AFC ring meets the tank section. The O-rings are very nice. The machining, I would give it probably like a 6.5 to a 7 out of a 10 on machining. If Among stole my book bag and I was on a train and this was on it, I mean, I would go out and buy it because of the flavor and the performance I get off of it. That is really my priority on a device in general, is the performance. You know, if the performance was lacking on this, you know, I probably wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. But the performance on this is really nice. I think there's some things that they need to fix, but overall, it's not bad. I do enjoy it. I would go out and buy it if Among stole my book bag. That's really you guys' decision to make. It's not mine. I'm just the messenger here, you know? So from the information that I gave you, it's really up to you to make the decision whether you want to get this or not, okay? By itself, I'm not sure of the price point. It's not on SMOK's website. The whole kit you can find at Element Vape. I don't think it's out of stock because I don't think he has it yet, but it's like $68 for the box mod and the RDTA, okay? So I'm thinking this RDTA is probably like 30 bucks. You can find the Skyhook RDTA at smoktech.com. Link on screen and description. That's where it's sent from. That's you can find it. You can also find it at elementvape.com. I will put that link in the description for you guys as well. That's what I got for you today, squad. I hope you found the video helpful or informative. If you did, you know what to do. Content daily, 1080p, 60 frames. Don't waste your bandwidth not being subscribed to the channel. All right? Stay juiced up, guys. Smoking is gone. Vaping is on. Let's vape on. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.